Can y'all hear me? So give me a thumbs up or comment if y'all can hear me. Yeah. Yeah. No. You are definitely my live video. Definitely my live video. What? Okay. Thank you to everyone that is tuning in. I greatly appreciate you, and I love every single one of you for your support. Good morning. I did tell I told Michael. You did? Yeah. And I just put a sign up so we can come in. Um, I'll just let you know this is a pilot, and so we're not doing full blown advertising for it. But this is something that Sadaya has been working on as far as to present as a program option. And so we have two scheduled. The next one is scheduled in November. And so any suggestions or questions, we want to encourage that as you go. But with Shadaya, with her being an emerging leader at Xavier University, being senior graduating, this is the opportunity to give her some experience in presenting, but also how it relates as far as to a very creative way in advancing our mission and so forth. And so I'm just going to hand things over to Shadaya. So that, and you're recording it? Yep. Should we wait till more people show up? No, I said we can go ahead and get started, because I know you have to leave. Yeah, 1:30. Yeah. All right, great introduction. So, hello to you guys too. So basically, as he said, my topic today is reconstructing the Black family. Now, one of the biggest weapons used against the racism and white supremacy has been the Black family. And Willie Lynch knew that. He knew that in order to make a proper slave, I have to break you physically, as a person, from your family, culture, and language.
Now let's look at how he decides he wants to do this. He discussed one of his letters called the letter to the slave owners and parents, how we think we should do that. He says, whereas nature provides them with the natural capacity to take care of their offspring, we break that natural spring of independence from them and thereby create a dependency status so that we may be able to get from them useful production for our business and pleasure. Now let's look at that for one. He says, nature provides them with the natural capacity to take care of their offspring, which means that it's natural to love, protect, care for your children. All the naturals of actually raising a child. Let's go a little deeper. We break that natural spring of independence from them and thereby create a dependency status. Now, one phrase that I've heard a lot is that the Europeans went to Africa and got slaves. I cringe at that statement because you completely remove the humanity from the situation. You take out the fact that the slaves were human beings. The Africans were human. They were not property nor objects. And so the first step of making a slave was breaking them. And in doing that, you had to basically make them what you want them to be. Next step, he says, so that we may be able to get from them useful production for our business and pleasure. Now, one thing that William Lynch said to do in his letter was to do slave breeding. Now, what was one function of slave breeding? What did it actually do? Yes, but it had a particular effect on families because what it did was disembody and create dysfunction and destroy the Black family systematically in every generation. The Black family was the strongest unit of social cohesion and resistance to slavery. In long term, destroying the Black family connection systematically with every generation was the best way to guarantee that the continuation of a permanent underclass whose labor and upkeep would remain as cheap as possible. There was no such thing for a slave master, as far as what Lynch was concerned, for their slaves, as motherhood and fatherhood. Okay? I am your mother, father, and your keeper, which means you rely only on me. In this short time, I will show you the deconstruction of the Black family and prove to you that there were certain systems and policies that were put in place that were not by accident and were certainly not helpful to Black people. One of them being slave breeding. But let's first look at family and the media. Now, I'm sure we've all heard of shows like The Cosby Show and Family Matters, Blackish, and Good Times, right? Okay. Now, what do all these shows have in common? Anyone know? Yes. But also they have one more particular strong thing in common. Yes. All the shows had two parents, okay, two families, two parents rather. And so the common comparison is usually Good Times versus the Cosby Show. You have the Evans family versus the Huxtables. But let's first deal with the Evans family. You have a poor family who lives in the projects, but they're happy and they're together. The father's ever present. He is not a tyrant, and he's also one that provides for his family. The father often worked 2 to 3 jobs that were often minimum wage paying jobs. So he ensured that all of his children got a good home and a good education. But the mother was also in the picture as well, was not dominant and was very much so expressed her opinion, but she also did it in a respectful way that did not emasculate her husband. But the show did not start off that way, and I'm going to show you why. Let's listen to what the lead actress Esther Rowe had to say about the show and its creation.
But they soon reached a creative impasse. One note that I got every meeting was you got to get rid of the father. A strong Black man is not funny in a sitcom. And I was in the no, we got to have the Father. Despite the misgivings, Leah took the scripture